Actually, we do a lot of artificial intelligence and machine learning types of things in the work that we do. And it's one of those emerging fields, and everyone defines artificial intelligence differently, but we're actually kind of in the mid-range of the extreme types of things and kind of the very basic things there. So we're kind of playing it in the middle. And our goal is to kind of push the edge and push the envelope so that we're actually doing more at the higher end. We have individuals that have capabilities at the higher end, but they really haven't had a chance to exercise those yet. So opportunities where we are able to invest in some of these other startup companies that actually have, real opportunities that are on the cutting edge, gives our people a chance to kind of really stretch their wings and exercise those kind of thought muscles that they may not have had to in a while. For the most part, the things that we've been working on have been more so at the kind of the analytics side of it. And not necessarily with kind of the machine learning aspect or in kind of natural language processing. We've been picking up some of those efforts a little bit more right now. Instead of just having nurses reviewing some of the claims that are reviewed, there are some things you can do with natural language processing where you would actually be able to kind of have the computer pick out and highlight key areas and then focus the nurse's attention in those areas when they're doing their reviews. The way that InpharmD works is that it's a tool to supplement the work that clinical pharmacists do. And usually an example of what a clinical pharmacist might be is a pharmacist that works at a hospital, and physicians or specialists may be thinking, okay, I would like to engage a certain drug, or trying to figure out their certain interactions, or trying to figure out the right protocol that should be used and kind of dosage and timing, and looking at the best practices for various drugs that or treatment options that are there. Well, a lot of times, the clinical pharmacist will kind of take that request, and they've got to go out and do the detailed research to find out, okay, what is the most recent evidence related to that. A lot of times, this information may be researched once, but then it could be the same questions being answered multiple times across the country or even within the same hospital. And what ends up happening is that there's a lot of redundant effort by the clinical pharmacists that are working on this. So their tool set is, the founder is a clinical pharmacist. He said, there's a better way to do this. And so he set up a tool set to be able to do some of this and answer the questions on behalf of physicians and providers when the need presents.
So it would be the equivalent of like calling your bank and getting an artificial assistant to what drug are you interested in, and
yeah, it might be a little bit more of kind of some of the same things you kind of see within Google, where you are asking a question in Google, you type it in, and all of a sudden a slew of answers will come in, and you realize, or it may even start auto-populating some of the questions that are coming in, and you realize, I'm not the first person that's ever asked this question. Clearly that question has been asked before. And that's what the same type of technology is what InpharmD is looking at trying to do. It's kind of preempting some of those questions so that you're saving on the research time. And what ends up happening is that it allows the clinical pharmacist to have more time to actually focus on the more innovative and kind of direct practical needs that they would be better at. Rather than spending hours working on the research aspect of it, they would be able to be more effective with direct interaction.
So has this been deployed yet?
Yes, I don't want to talk too many details about the effort that the company has, but they have quite a number of existing implementations in place and quite a backlog of folks waiting to sign in or sign up. Right now, their growth has been entirely by word of mouth with providers and clinical pharmacists and hospitals kind of communicating the effectiveness of their service. So we're really excited about the potential that InpharmD will be bringing to the market as we move forward. We have a great team that is out and looking. At this point in time, we've probably reviewed over 3,000 different opportunities that are out there. And as we make more of these investments, we actually have a lot more inbound folks reaching out to us and saying, hey, have you considered and looked at this? So far, it's a large funnel, so we've got about 3,000 at the top of the funnel. There's still a number that we're evaluating. And at this point, this is probably our second investment, and we've got another 5 that we're actively considering at the moment.
Are you all having fun with this?
Absolutely.